Widowed Geek, Video 3, Angela. This is the third Widowed Geek video. First, I really would love it if nobody actually watched these videos, because it would mean no one needed to. But for those that do, I hope to help you by sharing my own experiences, ideas and opinions. Now, I am here because in January 2009 my wife Angela died. In this video I will tell you something about her. I will be reading from an obituary I wrote that was read out at her funeral, so excuse me for not looking at the camera. This will be quite emotional for me. There will be tears, at least inside, and maybe outside as well, I don't know. Now for the obituary. A brief history of Angela Ridgen. Angela was born in Inverness on the 22nd of May 1956. She lived with her parents in the small Outer Hebridean village of Widowedgeek on the Isle of Harris. Angela's father was heavily involved in the local community through his work as head of the road gangs and through the local church, where he became an elder and also held positions on local community groups. Having Gaelic as her first language, Angela went to school to improve her English at Widowedgeek and Stornoway before leaving for the bright city lights of Glasgow to become a nurse. Instead, unfortunately, Angela was unable to complete her training due to cartilage trouble, which ended in the cartilage being removed and Angela developing a thrombosis in her leg. Instead, Angela completed secretarial training and took a job in the engineering department with Cominian Eilean, sorry for the pronunciation, which is the Council of the Islands in Stornoway, where she developed a liking for JCB diggers. In October 1980, Angela met Kevin, who had been posted to Stornoway while serving in the Royal Air Force. 6 weeks later, they became engaged and then married on the 15th of August 1981. At Stornoway Hospital in June of 1982, daughter Sarah was born. In 1983, Angela and Kevin were posted to Henlow in Bedfordshire, where Angela had to shoulder most of the work in bringing up Sarah, as Kevin spent much of the time on detached duty. In addition, Angela took a position on the camp's nursery school and also found time to become a volunteer with the Hitchin branch of the Samaritans, and after a gruelling 1.5-hour interview. While at Henlow, Angela started to suffer back pain, for which the cause was never really found, despite an investigation by her doctor and the RAF hospital at Holton. In 1988 came the final posting to RAF Buchan in Aberdeenshire and moving to Peterhead, just north of Aberdeen. Angela again got herself involved in the local community by teaching Gaelic evening classes, which led to her work for a Gaelic playgroup organisation, setting up and running Gaelic medium playgroups in the Grampian area. This work gained Angela an invite to the Queen's Garden Party at Edinburgh. Additionally, Angela became involved with the Scottish National Party and had the honour to attend a few barbecues hosted by the future First Minister, Alex Salmond. Another part of Angela's life was the Victim Support Organisation, where Angela started as a volunteer and later became the administrator for the Peterhead group. Angela's next career move was to start work at a day centre in Aberdeen for people with alcohol problems. Angela worked there for a couple of years before taking a support worker position, working with people with learning difficulties. Angela stayed in this position until being forced to retire from ill health in June 2006. Over this period, the back pain Angela experienced was becoming worse, but despite seeing many doctors and specialists, it was not until 1994 that her pain was found to be due to kidney stones, and it was discovered that Angela had a condition known as medullary sponge kidney, of which one of the symptoms is a tendency to produce kidney stones. It was also found that Angela suffered from a form of spina bifida, which is often found in MSK sufferers. As the condition became increasingly painful, Angela was forced to give up the activities she had an interest in, and eventually to give up work. Angela was given lithotripsy, where they break up the stones within the kidney using ultrasound or something similar, 11 times during her time in Peterhead, with each incident becoming more painful and uncomfortable. Angela was never free from pain, but was fortunate that her GP and the staff at the local health centre were very supportive, and although she tried to cope, pain relief was available when required. The problem with this was that Angela would often need to be taken to casualty at short notice, and would then be under the influence of pethidine or morphine until the pain subsided. Early in 2006, Angela was put on fentanyl patches, a patch quite often given to terminally ill cancer patients to allow a strong dosage of pain relief over a period of time. For just over a year, these patches gave Angela her life back. Although still limited, she could at least get out for a walk with her 2 Yorkshire Terriers and an occasional shopping trip. They even allowed Angela to start attending church again, although she regretted that she was unable to assist in the many functions organised by the church. Meanwhile, having left the Royal Air Force and started work as an IT contractor in 1995, Kevin had to give this up to look for a job in the Peterhead area due to Angela's health. In 2002, Kevin found a position as a support worker in the mental health sector until mid-2007, when he finished work to look after Angela full-time. Angela was also helped by the birth of her first granddaughter, and in 2007 Angela and Kevin moved to Thetford to stay with Sarah and Sarah's partner and Emily, and await the birth of their second granddaughter, Lottie. For the early part of her time in Thetford, Angela managed to attend the Methodist Church for the Sunday services, but was again unable to take part in other activities. At the end of 2007, Angela and Kevin rented a house on the married quarters at RAF Honington, where they stayed until Angela's death on the 7th of January 2009. During Angela's time at Honington, her health slowly became worse. Sorry, getting a bit emotional here. With most of Angela's time spent in bed or in West Suffolk Hospital. The bouts of pain became more severe and more frequent, and Angela suffered badly from panic and anxiety attacks, and she also had a stroke late in 2008 and was due to attend Papworth Hospital on the 8th of January 2009 to check for the presence of a hole in her heart and for reasons for her severe anemia. In addition, getting a bit emotional. Throughout her period of suffering, Angela never once complained about her own illness, but often expressed her frustration at the trouble she felt she was causing to those around her. She took as active a part in the upbringing of her grandchildren as her health would allow, and gained great pleasure in being with them. Despite all that happened to her, Angela remained cheerful and retained her sense of humour to the end. Sorry, I did say I'd be getting a bit emotional on this one, but I'll leave all this in the video so that you can see that it's not a problem to feel this way or to have tears, because the tears are indeed flowing now. Now, my website is widowedgeek.net. That's widowgeek.net. There are links there to help me fund a support group I want to start. So there are links for donations via PayPal and for small monthly subscriptions via my Patreon page. There will also be an email address where you can contact me to talk about any issues raised in this video, suggestions for future videos, or if you need to, just to tell me how you feel and how you've coped. I'm going to have to end this now because it's been a bit too much for me. My apologies, but until next time, bye for now.